From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
Top cop supporters brought out the big guns for last night's council meeting, but that didn't stop the council from taking disciplinary actions on Gilberton's chief of police for abuse of power. Gilberton's top cop's punishment, our top story on News 13 this Thursday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Christina Papa. They're calling him a gun-toting, liberal-hating, gay-slurring chief of police. And last night, Mark Kessler learned his fate after using borough-owned guns in his violent videos online. Matthew Petrillo was there at the fiery bureau meeting.
The top cop's foul language and violent actions in this video have made waves across the country. But it was the police chief's viral rant and questionable actions that landed him in hot water with the borough last night. And the profane, anti-liberal, pro-gun rant has struck fear with some of those the chief is supposed to protect.
It absolutely frightens me. I certainly would not trust Mr. Kessler.
This was wrong.
I think he just crossed the line with his job and his own personal beliefs.
But Kessler had plenty of supporters. Many held semi and fully automatic rifles and Glocks outside the meeting.
He was willing to stand up above the crowd.
There ain't no man that I'd want more at my side than him.
After an hour-long private meeting, the council opened the doors to the public to vote on Kessler's fate. They ultimately sanctioned him with a 30-day unpaid suspension because the guns he used in the videos are borough property. His lawyer downplayed that, saying people chose to watch the videos.
Don't watch it. Don't click on it. Don't go to the link.
So why would a one-man police force need this kind of high-powered weaponry? In Kessler's only one-on-one TV interview last night, Chief Kessler told News 13 machine guns manufactured after 1986 are restricted for military and law enforcement use only. So Kessler purchased the guns himself and then donated them to the borough. Still, Kessler says his acts of defiance against the federal government's gun restrictions have just cause. So, Chief, are the guns registered with the ATF?
My response to that question would be, show me the Constitution where it states any government or governmental agency has the right to regulate firearms under the Constitution. It doesn't state that. Nobody has the right to regulate arms, period.
But because of Kessler's behavior in the videos, some advocates are calling for his termination. Keystone Progress, a Harrisburg-based think tank, says they collected 20,000 signatures calling for the chief to resign.
We have a rogue police chief who is going out of his way to intimidate people.
Still, Kessler says people noticed his messages because of the shock value in his videos. He says he has no apologies or regrets and that he'll continue making more. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Gilberton.
And if a new bill passes through the House in Harrisburg, municipal police may be seeing a little less money in their paycheck. But don't worry, as Stephanie Gorney tells us, it's because they'll be saving for an improved pension plan.
Small police forces across the state may soon be seeing a change with their pension plans if a bill is passed through the House of Representatives. Currently, the pension plans go through the municipality, but if voted through, this bill could create a statewide plan.
Lawmakers in Pennsylvania, they're trying to change the pension system that we currently have. Right now, each municipality with each police department has their own pension system and has their own fees that are associated with that. The law that is in the House right now to be passed is that it would go then to a statewide pension system and it would lessen the burden of each municipality.
This new plan will provide many benefits to police that they otherwise would not be able to get through their current plan, and would allow officers to move to another department while keeping their same plan.
Some of the benefits with this new pension plan would be our percentage of the retirement that we would get, I believe, are going to go up. The other advantages of that is we're going to be pulling from a larger pool of money, so therefore we're going to be guaranteed that our pension is going to be there at the end, and also that if we leave one municipality and go to another municipality, that pension will then go with us. Right now, if we leave our job now and we go to a different police department, we lose all of our time and have to start over again.
Although members of this plan will have to contribute a little extra of their salary, it will in the long run allow municipalities to save money.
We would put in would actually go up. Right now we pay 5%, we would go up to 7.5%, but what that would lessen would be the burden on the municipality, because the municipality has to put matching funds in, so that would lessen the burden on the municipality.
Overall, Chief Buglio believes that this plan will work well and police officers will benefit greatly.
I just think that it's a good idea, and there might be some tweaking that needs to be done with the bill, but if it's done correctly, I think it's going to benefit the municipalities and the police departments.
Eventually, the state hopes to create statewide pension plans for municipal firefighters as well. Stephanie Gorney, News 13, West Hazleton.
And that man found dead in a garage in West Hazleton yesterday has been identified. Now police are saying the cause of his death is not suspicious. 65-year-old Daryl Brenner was found dead in a garage on Anchor Street in West Hazleton yesterday. West Hazleton police responded to the scene Wednesday afternoon after Brenner's body was discovered by a group of people who smelled something funny while walking by the garage. At first, the scene appeared to be suspicious. Now police say there doesn't seem to be any foul play.
We were investigating a body that was found inside a house. Through investigation, we're still investigating it, but it was determined that chances are most likely it was through natural causes, and it wasn't a suspicious death as it was first assumed that it was.
State police, along with Luzerne County coroners, assisted West Hazleton police with the investigation. Anyone with information about Brenner's family is asked to call the county coroner at the phone number at the bottom of your screen. Police are still investigating this case. Still ahead on News 13, rainy days are here, but don't worry, skies will be clearing up soon. We'll tell you when to expect some sunshine in News 13 weather. But first, a local winery has been invited to take part in an international wine event. We'll give you a sneak peek at the award-winning wines when News 13 continues. A local winery has been invited to participate in an international wine competition. The event is being held in Australia, where 5 other countries will compete. We sent Matthew Petrillo grape picking today to find out more.
And look at the grapes because they're really beautiful.
Making wine takes a lot of time. So when Sarah Troxel of Galen, Glen Winery found out her wine was selected to participate in a 6 world wine competition, she says she felt honored.
We were really excited. Because it wasn't anything I didn't really anticipate it.
Now her wine is one of 100 that will be repping the United States, but hers is pretty unique. It's called Gurner, and it tastes just exquisite.
Gurner has sort of a kind of a floral bouquet. One of my friends calls it flower shop, so there's a little bit of that. But its main components, white grapefruit and then a little green celery. So it's kind of flowery, little white grapefruit, and then like a little bit of a snap of fresh celery. It's a dry white wine and goes very well with food.
Troxel sent 6 bottles of wine to Australia for the contest, but she won't be able to attend. That's because it's in October, in the middle of harvest season. Now they're going to pick these grapes by hand. There's 70 tons of them, and they say it's going to take them from September until November to pick them all. Something else unusual about Gurner, the color of the grapes used to make it. Now, as a winemaker, you know that most grapes turn gold when you're making white wine, and these are green.
These are green, and they don't really turn gold. Gruner means green, and part of the naming, or at least part of the story behind the naming of Gruner, the grapes stay green. So the juice is green, the grapes are green. They're green now in color, but they're not really going to turn that beautiful golden hue. They stay sort of a kind of a chartreuse or a little bit of a light green color.
No other wineries in the area have the wine.
It's a great wine, but I think it'll face some tough competition, and whatever happens, happens.
But it's not the first time she competed in an international wine competition. The Galen Glen Winery won bronze medal at the Riverside International Wine Competition in California. She hopes to do at least just as well this fall in Australia. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Andres.
And a Giving Foundation is helping to raise money for a nonprofit organization in Schuylkill County with one catch: the more the community raises, the more the foundation will give. For the 3rd year in a row, the John E. Morgan Foundation will match all new dollars donated to Schuylkill United Way Pacesetters Club during the 2014 campaign. The John E. Morgan Foundation presented the Schuylkill United Way Pacesetters Club with 2 matching grants to help the community. New Pacesetters will have their donation matched 100%, and if current club members increase their donation, that money will be matched by the $50,000 matching grant. The second matching grant will be given to the Physicians Division, and its value is up to $10,000.
As always, the need is great. And this money adds to going to maybe helping children get into child development, or get American Red Cross, where we use for them to help with shelter. SWIC, SARC, all of our agencies. This helps. Every little bit in the county helps because the need is great. 3/4 of the county uses one of our agencies, and that has grown from 1/2 of the community to 3/4 in over 2 years. So, the need is continuing.
Schuylkill United Way's 2014 Together We Can campaign will start in early September. Folks from across the country came out to help celebrate and commemorate 200 years of fire volunteer history in Shenandoah today. Antique fire apparatuses line the street, including these horses. This afternoon in Schuylkill County, the Schuylkill Historical Society hosted a special event to show community members and out-of-towners the history of volunteer firefighting. You won't see horse-drawn wagons fighting fires anymore, but to folks who attended, that doesn't mean those pieces of firefighting history should be forgotten.
I love the horses. Animal lover here, and to see the fire horses hooked up to that steamer is very touching, because for decades they ran out of this station with the fire horses and a steamer.
And as you can see, the street is lined with equipment from different communities around Schuylkill County. And again, to preserve that history and know where the volunteer organizations have come from. Again, of a lot of sweat, tears, and families have made sure that these vehicles were put on the road. And they want to make sure that that history knows where firefighting began here in Schuylkill County, and to keep that preserved for many years.
The Society for the Preservation of Antique Motorized Fire Apparatus of America also attended that event. Time now for our first look at regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, it looks like a couple scattered showers around the area. There was a mist over our area all day, but don't worry, things will be clearing up for tomorrow. Tonight's creative condition, kind of accurate. Russell Burgos, a student from Hazleton Elementary Middle School, gives his own weather forecast. It will be raining, but we promise temperatures won't be shooting over 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. And time now for a look at News 13 weather from National Weather Service. First for Greater Hazleton. Tonight, cloudy with scattered showers and gradually becoming cloudy with a low around 58. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 73. And for tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with a low around 53. Now heading to Schuylkill County. Tonight, a chance of showers mainly before 2 in the morning. Cloudy, then gradually becoming partly cloudy with a low around 61. Then the sun will be back out on Friday with a high near 78. At night, a chance of showers late into the evening with a low around 59 degrees. And let's check those winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. The daily numbers 106, Big 4 6331, Quinto 59457, and for the treasure hunt 6, 14, 18, 24, and 30. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, a very happy 26th birthday goes out to Justine Morello. This wish comes with love from Bill and your entire family. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, St. Mary's Ukrainian Church in McAdoo will be holding its 6th annual homecoming picnic, August 16th through 18th. Enjoy delicious ethnic food, baked goods, refreshments, entertainment, and much more. Hours are Friday, 6 to 10, Saturday, 1 to 10, and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And finally, the Greater Shenandoah Area Chamber of Commerce will be holding a town-wide yard sale, September 21st. The event will be held at the lot adjacent to the Shenandoah Senior Community Living Center, and tables are available for only $5. And all proceeds benefit the Chamber's Christmas Lighting Fund. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Herman W. Dietrich of Weatherly. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. Marie J. Curvey of Hazel Township. Funeral is Friday at 2:30 p.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Sharon D. Cunningham of Freeland. Funeral is Saturday at 10:30 a.m. for the David D. Jarrett Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30. And Mary Puskar. Arrangements will be announced by the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Doves of White, serving Schuylkill and surrounding counties, call 570-205-1597.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, first day of the 8th month, and you know what that means? It means that all of the summer activities, which are in full swing, and that takes up a lot of our stories here early in the month. By the end of the month, well, we'll be full-fledged ready to go with football, both on the high school, college, national level. So transition month, if you will. Still got baseball up front, no doubt about that. If you're a Rail Riders fan, you're hoping that the Rail Riders do well, and so does Russ Kanzler as Scranton Wilkes-Barre is out in Indianapolis. Well, unfortunately, for the second night in a row, he didn't get it on either end. Kanzler, 0 for 2, he did score a run, and the Rail Riders, meanwhile, take it on the chin. Indianapolis, 3-1 winners over the Rail Riders. That series continues tonight. Meanwhile, Rochester and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, it was the Iron Pigs sneaking by 2-1. Tyler Henson, 1 for 2 and a home run. You just wonder, should they just move that entire Iron Pigs team up to Philadelphia? They decided to do nothing at the trade deadline. They were neither buyers or sellers. And that kind of apropos for the year the Phils are having as they got clubbed by the Giants last night. There's the schedule. That is actually out in Indianapolis, Rochester at Lehigh Valley. So Major League Baseball, we said about the Phils. They've got the Giants again. Giants have been very underachieving this year, but the Phils made them look like world champs again last night. Mets and Marlins, you got the Cardinals and Pirates. Yankees, day off, they head down the coast from L.A. to San Diego. Now, something kind of interesting. We know the standings. A lot of you who follow Major League Baseball, you already know what they are. But here's the American League East. We just wanted to show you what a difference a year makes. Take a look. There's the current standings on the left. On the right is where everybody stood August 1st last year. And you want to know about the Yankees, you could see that 51 losses compared to 43. They were leading the division comfortably by 7 games. Not so this year. The Orioles, they're almost right on the money. They're almost exactly where they were last year. Big difference, Tampa Bay. They were just 5 games over 500. They're 20 games over 500, and I still think they're going to be not only in the playoffs, I think they're going to win the division. The Red Sox, who were 1 game over, you could see they're doing much better as well. In Toronto, well, not much different than a year ago. How about the fightin' Phils? Last year, the Phils, you could see, were in last place. They're not in last place now, but isn't it ironic? 57 losses both years, right on the money. The Braves, well, they're just about the same as well. The big difference is the Washington Nationals. They were running away with things last year. This year, at August 1st, they're 4 games under the 500 mark. So, it just doesn't add up. And if you're a Pirate fan, you're going to enjoy this as much as anything. You could see last year, the Pirates, well, they were well behind Cincinnati on August 1st. This year, they're in first place. It's the first time the Buccos are in first place as we enter August in 20 years. So they're for real this year, folks. We'll see what happens, but kind of interesting just to see what happened from one year to the other. And as you can see, some very interesting changes to say the least. Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mountain Speedway. Here's a look at this weekend's action. It's going to be busy. The racing will begin at 6, so plenty of action this Saturday. Just $10 for grandstand admission. Kids under 10 are free. And if you're active military or a senior, you get a $2 discount. There's the website and the phone numbers. You could call them and get all the information on the excitement of racing down at Mountain Speedway. We're giving away 2 grandstand admission tickets to this weekend's race. Call us right now, 459-9813. And if you're the 3rd caller, you can claim your tickets at the race with proper ID. Hey, that's a pretty interesting ticket.
And here's what our media partner, the Standard Speaker, is working on for tomorrow's edition. 2 fundraisers are planned to establish a scholarship in memory of Dr. Jennifer Sadari, who passed away recently. You can read all about it in the Friday edition of the Standard Speaker. Looking for something fun to do this weekend? Well, Cunningham is celebrating their 60th annual Valley Days and Valley Nights. As Stephanie Gorney tells us, the event should be fun for the entire family.
These tents may look empty now, but starting tomorrow they will be filled with people enjoying delicious food, fun games, and great entertainment. The 60th annual Valley Days in Cunningham kicks off Friday with their popular Fireman's Parade.
Friday night, probably we have one of the big draws is we have a Fireman's Parade, which is sponsored by Sugarloaf and Butler Fire Companies. They run the parade. We sponsor it, but they run the parade. They do a really nice job with it, and we appreciate it because it helps to bring other fire companies in, so it brings people out for us too. And the kids just love it, the fire trucks going down the street.
Valley Days is one of the biggest fundraisers for the Cunningham Valley Civic Organization, which raises money for various attractions around the town.
But that's one thing that we use to raise money to. We run like parades, and we have a pool that we keep functioning in the valley here as well. And we sponsor Little League and softball and other things in the community, and we have a recreation building too that we have to kind of keep the upkeep on too.
It is also a big attraction for people to come back to the valley and get together with family and friends.
It's kind of a bring people back to the valley type of festival. A lot of people come home that have moved away and stuff just to come to this. It just brings a lot of people back. I see a lot of friends myself that I haven't seen for years. Every year they come back, you see them here. So it's a nice experience.
Everyone is encouraged to come out to try the tasty homemade food, which includes some special barbecue chicken.
Have funnel cakes, potato pancakes, general foods is hot dogs, hamburgers, and of course one of the popular things that we have is our special recipe barbecue chicken and roasted corn. It's roasted with the burlap bags and clams and clam chowder. So we have all kinds of good things going on here.
Valley Days takes place Friday and Saturday, and John hopes that everyone will come out to enjoy the celebration of the valley. Stephanie Gorney, News 13, Cunningham.
Plenty more news and information headed your way on News 13. Gilberton's top cop has gotten a lot of heat over the use of weapons and foul language in his controversial YouTube video. Last night, the chief was reprimanded by City Council. Matthew Petrilla will have that story and much more news when the 13 crew comes right back.